What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Off Air. I am Jace, and with me is Lindsay, as always. It's been a minute since we've been on here, Lindsay.
Um, I was looking. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
It's
we
been
just working
almost
in
2 months.
sports, folks. Working in sports. This is how it's going to be.
I
So,
mean, we try. We have good intentions, I think, to hop on every week. And then you're busy, I'm busy. I'm sick all the time. You're busy again. Like, it's really not me that's busy. It's really Jace. Lindsay's just
it
sick all the
really,
time. But
it really is. I'm really busy. We at that point. We out here at Highlands. We just finished up finals week. Well, we're in finals week right now, but I finished up on Monday. I called that stuff good.
insane.
And then next week is first week of break. I got to be here for another week to do some basketball, and then it's home for Christmas. So
That's one thing you could not convince me enough to ever do it again. The fact that y'all have finals and then you oh no. Mm-mm.
yeah,
I was like, I don't even know. I was like, why doesn't it feel like Christmas time? And my best friend was like, it's because you're not in college anymore. You don't have finals. You're not in high school anymore. You don't have. I was like, oh, I'm an adult. I was like, oh.
yeah, yeah,
I go home
yeah.
next week too. I'm going home, taking my 2 weeks,
Heck yeah.
put myself in my little town, shut off all communication except for work.
Yep. That's
It's
how
the best.
that's how
But
it's got to be. It's how it's got to be, man. It's
get
the
some
best way
playoff
to go
football
about it.
going.
Yep, we got some college football playoff. We're going to show you the bracket right here. We'll start off
Wonderful
with
time
that.
of the year.
So the playoff bracket, Lindsay, biggest surprise in your opinion? I mean, we all kind of have, I feel like, a similar idea of the biggest surprise. Biggest surprise for you was?
I mean, come on, Notre Dame. Are we not gonna? I mean, I just okay. This is kind of off. I think what they're doing is iconic
Yeah.
because not only did they not make it, throw a fit, deserved fit, deny a bowl game. I don't know if you saw that they're now hosting a bowling fundraiser. Like, I'm sorry, their marketing person, I envy. That's so good.
Yeah.
Like, what a way to really be like, F you, goodbye.
Yeah. A lot of people are talking about how Notre Dame should join a conference so that this doesn't happen again. Notre Dame's one of those programs that it's like they're never going to be in a conference. I mean, what are you going to throw them in the ACC?
Mm-mm.
That's the only one that makes any sense with all their other sports being in the ACC.
See, we had this conversation at work, in my office yesterday. Why do we have conferences for football?
Yep.
Why don't you do it regionally? And then it's not like a conference championship because, like, no offense to JMU, but like, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna survive Oregon?
Nope.
I
Not at
mean,
Autzen.
like, and then I look even at like Miami and A&M, and I'm just like,
Yeah. How
Miami,
does?
like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I see, and I've been saying this for a while. If you're going to do this playoff system, and I've said this from I feel like the minute they came up with the 12-team playoff idea. Each conference, there's 10 conferences total. You have your Power Four, your Group of Six now. Used to be Group Five, Group of Power Five. Because I'm sorry, but the Pac-12,
Rip.
you're not a power conference anymore. I'm sorry, I hate to be that
No,
way.
no, no.
I
Look at who's
mean,
in it. No way.
you added CSU, automatic no go. Um, but so your Group of Six, Power Four, Conference champs automatically in, and then you have like a wild card spot. Do
Hmm.
it the same way the NFL does it, right? The NFL, the divisional winners get in. You do seeding based off win loss records, all that stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
And the first two teams get a bye. Not all four teams get a bye. Go off of that. I think that's how you got to play this. But
I
I
mean,
also like the regional idea too.
I think too, like after what we saw last year, where what was it like? No team with the first round bye made it, and it's just
Right.
like it's never going to be perfect, right? We're never going to get it to where it's perfect. But then you go and see like, okay, I totally get it. Indiana and Ohio State, like I get it. But at the same time, like Ohio State was number one for how long and now they're number two. Like it's just like I don't entirely like see the see the thought process of any of these. I see some like
Right.
Tulane being in there. I'm like,
Interesting.
hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, look, I'm not on the committee, and that's where I think like we as like sports reporters and stuff, like you have to put yourself like, okay, you're not on the committee, but you know a lot and you know how to interpret a lot of the things and you know how to view things from different angles that sometimes people on the street can't.
Right.
I don't get this.
Right. Yeah.
I don't.
You know, I like the top four. I can get along with. I think Ohio State being at 2 is a little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Duke messed everything up winning the ACC. That was unreal.
Yeah.
You know, there was a thought that the ACC might not get a team in the playoff, and then Miami slips in there, and you're like, whoa, like we're gonna okay. Miami lost, if I remember right. Miami lost to Notre Dame at the beginning of the year, or was
Mm-hmm.
it the other way? Yeah. So Notre Dame's not in, but Miami is, and Bama being in after losing to Florida State, like Bama. I mean, I get it. It's
I
Bama.
don't get the Bama.
Like,
I mean, here's the thing though. I think some of these schools, you're not going to put Bama in. Like, I mean,
right.
I just think like you kind of have to.
See,
Like,
and I think Bama should have been the team that should have been out, and Notre
I
Dame should have been
agree.
in. That's how I think about it.
Oh, you think oh,
That's
interesting.
how I see it. I mean, if Notre Dame, I mean, now obviously you're not going to make Notre Dame the 9 seed because they lost to Miami. If you're going to make Miami the 10 seed, but are you going to make Tulane the 9 seed, or are you going to make JMU the 9 seed? I guess that one's kind of questionable. And Texas A&M falling all the way to 7 after losing to Texas is also very interesting. I think Texas is a 3-loss team.
Mm-hmm.
Like after they lost their third game, you knew they weren't going to be in. But that the whole SEC, the way the SEC shaped out, is a mess, and the SEC right now is a mess. The game
It's
I'm
all
going
a
to be
mess. Like, I
right.
can't even like, but it also is kind of, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate. I always say I like watching college football more than I like watching pro. I just think,
Absolutely,
you watch these players and they have a million times more to lose than these, like, yes, at the end of the day, it's all money, but like they just, you can see that like they're doing it because they love it.
exactly.
And I love football playoff season, like
Yep,
FCS, FBS, right? There was a huge between what was it, North Dakota State and Illinois State last week. Illinois
right,
State beat, right? So like we won't see one of the past like 10-year winners this year.
exactly.
And but then you go to this and you're just like, I'm like, what game do I even watch this weekend? Because I'm
Right.
like, the next weekend, because you're like, huh.
Yeah, I think the game that I'm going to be. I think this is how I see this play out. I think A&M beats Miami. I think I
Really?
do. I do. I think
Oh,
A&M
I got
beats Miami.
Miami beating A&M.
Okay. Oklahoma, Alabama. That's easy. Oklahoma's I think beats
Oklahoma.
Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon. I'm sorry, JMU. Y'all
Okay,
got to
but
go to
how?
Austin.
Okay, Autzon's a very hard place to play at. How funny would it be if JMU did pull out?
Hey, wow.
But then that would mean Oregon, like, because Oregon is one of the teams that had a first round bye last year. So I do think they could be coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I think
And I
I
do
feel.
think they're like, no, we're going at least to semifinals, like, even if it's not,
Yeah, I think James Madison. It's tough to go to Austin. It really is. But the
Have you
game
ever
I'm
been
gonna
there?
be. No, I'm not. I've talked to people who have
Crazy.
been there though.
I've never been in it, but I got in there to go to grad school, and my sister went to Oregon State, and we were driving back, and my mom was like, "Do you just want to go see the football stadium?" And I was like, "Yes." And I was like, coming from NAU,
Yeah, oh yeah,
I was like, "Oh, this
yeah,
is a real football stadium."
oh yeah. It's crazy.
It's
The game,
insanity.
the game I'm gonna be watching though is Ole Miss Tulane. Now these two teams played earlier this year. Ole Miss got the better of Tulane and Oxford, so the game is in
In
Oxford.
Oxford.
However,
Our
there's a
favorite topic.
key piece. There's a
Our-
key piece missing
The
for Ole
real
Miss.
reason we hopped on today was
Oh
just to talk
yeah,
about this.
Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss to go to LSU. It's been the topic of the year really for college football. Were you surprised at all?
Okay, I was not surprised he left because at the end of the day, I think what true fans fail to recognize, and something I'm still learning, is it's all a business. So it does not matter if this man loves Ole Miss and he's, ride or die, whatever hottie toddy, whatever the hell that statement is. It's a business. Whoever is offering him more money and whoever is offering him a higher path to success, they're going to go. What I was surprised about was the apparent rumor of like offensive staff, I'm giving you a ticket to come. If you're not on the plane, you're out. And I was like, because I think that's unfair.
Right.
Because I think Lane Kiffin has had all season to think about this little decision, and it's been in the back of everyone's mind. And I'm sure there were conversations had, right?
Oh, yeah.
But college coaches, and I know this, all know that, like, no one's saying out loud that they're leaving or that someone's being fired until they're leaving or they're being fired. So even if Lane has known since October he was leaving, he hasn't vocalized it. He hasn't said anything. Rumors get out. I'm sure there's bugs in people's office. Who knows? But that means he probably gave those offensive coordinators 12 hours, 24 hours. Oh, go discuss with your wife and your 4 kids that you also moved here. Hop on the plane or you could be without a job because who knows who's coming into Ole Miss and if they're going to keep you.
Right.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah, and then Ole Miss turns around, they hire the offensive coordinator to be the
It's
full-time
iconic.
coach, which was, and players shout out real quick, Marty Smith.
The players are hilarious on
Marty
Twitter.
Smith, Marty Smith, man, that guy, poor dude, had to live in Oxford pretty much. I don't know if that man had seen his wife and kids in at least 5 weeks, but the players coming out yelling, it's the golden era. They're tweeting, there's Instagram, and they're everything.
Well, and after Kiffin's statement came out.
Yep.
I'm curious because I don't think we've heard a lot of their stuff. Was how does LSU's players feel about it?
Yeah.
I don't think you've heard much from them, and no one's gonna rat on their new head coach. But Ole Miss was sure ratting.
Oh yeah.
I follow one of the coordinators' wives on Instagram, and she was she was posting like nothing. She was very like nothing, but she was just like, we're not going anywhere. We made a commitment to this team and we're here. And I was like, dirty. I just think it's dirty.
I think I don't know if you've seen it on TV, the new AT&T commercial.
No, but I've heard about it. Someone mentioned it to me.
Yeah, so the new AT&T commercial is the Ole Miss quarterback, Trinidad Chablis. Is that how you say his last name? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like a transfer. Like he's going to transfer. And, he goes, I'd love to transfer to AT&T. And then everybody, they throw like a T-Mobile hat or something like that. And the one guy on the commercial goes, dang, bro, you really had me there for a minute. He goes, what'd you think I was talking about? And it's like,
I love when companies do that. That is smart freaking marketing right there.
It's amazing.
And like jumping on it. And like they could have had that set for weeks because everyone knew, right? Like
everybody knew.
I don't even remember who played football. All I remember on Twitter is any update from Lane Kiffin. Like people were like, Lane, it's 9 a.m. Any decision yet? And I was like, that's all anyone cared about.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin.
Like when Shohei Ohtani was deciding where to go between
right.
And it's like it's all anyone was talking, and it's like other things are going on.
Yep.
Not for anyone, not for us.
I'm not lying. I was expecting Lane Kiffin to pull off a LeBron and like make this big grand scene of a decision. That's what I was expecting. That's what I was expecting.
And then to be like, no.
Like, yeah, but Lane loves to do that. He's done that forever. I mean, this man was fired on the tarmac at USC.
So iconic. That is like, it's so good.
Right. And then he pulled
that is one of my favorite videos.
And then he pulled the thing off at Tennessee when he went to the Raiders. Lane loves to toy with the media. Do I wish Lane Kiffin success? I like Lane. I always, except for when he was at USC, because I hate USC. Screw off USC. Because Colorado could never beat you, okay? It's hard feelings. It's fine. But, like, Lane
Colorado until he dies.
Lane is a very good coach.
Mhm.
He knows how to win. LSU knew what they were doing. They know what they're getting with Lane. Do I?
But yeah,
I don't. Here's where it gets interesting. I give Lane 3 years. He's out.
I don't disagree. And I think the problem that he will now deal with is it goes beyond the fact is he a good coach. How do you recruit players to come play for you? You know, like you can start, you know, when they're a junior, right? You
Mhm.
say hypothetically, 2 years from now, he starts recruiting this year for 2 years from now, okay? And everyone in the back of their head knows, oh, this, for lack of better words, a homie hopper.
Oh, 100%. You know,
So how do
he
you
got
recruit
on that right.
successful kids when they don't trust you? How do you get
And
transfers when they don't trust you?
that's the thing that's crazy. That Ole Miss reporter made that statement, and Lane went after the reporter. The statement was, "Can't make a housewife out of a hoe." Lane went after the reporter, and then he pulls this gimmick at LSU. It's crazy because,
It's a great statement.
and the other thing is, this is a fan base. LSU is a fan base that is not patient.
No,
They're not
no.
patient.
You
Ole
got Kim
Miss, he
Mulkey over
built
there. They ain't
right.
patient about nothing.
They were building at Ole Miss for 6 years. Ole Miss is patient, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Sark was going to last at Texas after that first year. I was like, oh God, they're going to get rid of Sark. Texas is not a patient fan base. USC is not a patient fan base. Florida, I feel so bad for the man that just took that Florida job because, buddy, you don't win in 2 years, you out. And LSU's
He
paying
has to
3 head
turn it
coaches right
around.
now.
Yeah.
They're
He has
paying
to
3
turn
head
it
coaches right
around.
now. LSU is. Edo, who, God, I want him to get a college job so freaking bad. I love Edo. Brian Kelly and Lane Kiffin.
They got the money though.
They do got the money though.
I mean, like, it's so hard. It's so hard because you're like, okay, you got to win, but everyone's seen that he's capable of winning. But you got to get your players to buy in first. You know, like,
Yep.
I get it. Like sometimes the players will play so bad for a coach they don't like. And then when they get a new coach, it's like, oh, game on. Like now we'll play better, right? But it's like
Right.
we're not mid-season here, folks. We're over. So we got a whole 9 months until college football season again, right?
Yep.
So longest 9 months of all of our lives. And I will be very interested. I'll be very interested to see what happens during spring ball. I'll be interested to see what happens during fall camp. And then I want to see the kind of staff he gets. I'm interested to see too at Ole Miss what they do. I'm rooting for Ole Miss next. I'm rooting for them. Especially because I want them to kind of flip it to Kiffin, you know, a little bit. Like we could do this with or without you. And I do think that him making the comment of like, I asked to coach playoffs and they said no, is like,
what'd you expect?
Right. Like, let's not now like poor Lane.
Right. If I'm Tulane, I'm terrified. If I'm Georgia, I'm worried about Ole Miss. If I'm any of these 3 teams that I have to face a team here, I am terrified because Ole Miss is pissed and they coming out head hunting.
I think if Ole Miss beats Tulane, I think if they kept it rolling and beat Georgia, I don't know if I would necessarily expect them to beat Ohio State. I think it would be like a Cinderella story,
right?
If they did.
The question though is, where is this game going to be played? Because these games are all
bowl games,
neutral sites. But 9 times out of 10, Georgia lands the damn game in Atlanta. If that game's in Atlanta, Georgia wins because it's a home game for Georgia.
I think it's already been put. Let me look. I think it's already been put out where it's going to be.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's going to be because I want to say I don't want to be quoted at the wrong thing. I almost want to say that it would be the Fiesta Bowl. That's not correct.
It's the All-State Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
That's the one that they would be at?
That is exactly where they would go. Yes,
Okay. I mean,
the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans.
So that's what, New Year's Eve?
New Year's Day.
Oh, because that's the one that was postponed last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, did these games really not start until next week?
Yep.
Oh my god, what am I supposed to do with my life?
Army Navy. Army Navy this
weekend. This weekend. Someone else plays this. My other F whatever. I can never remember the difference. FB, FC, I don't know which. FC has playoffs this weekend.
Oh, okay, got you. There you go.
So, that's my life currently as an FCS coach's girlfriend. We have to watch all of the games. Let me tell you, nobody cares. It's gonna be one of the Montanas, and nobody cares.
Oh yeah, no, so that you got a week for that. So we'll continue on the coaching carousel. Well, actually, let's get your pick. Who wins it?
Oh. Who do I want to win it and who do I think is going to win it are two different things.
Let's get them both.
Okay, who do I want to win it? Honestly, I'm not opposed to Ole Miss winning.
Fair enough.
I think it would be truly iconic. Who do I think is going to win it? I think Indiana has a very good shot. I think they're feeling pretty freaking good after last weekend. And unfortunately, I say Ohio State.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. Who do I want to win it? Of course, Ole Miss. I want that for just those players, man. But this is going to pain me to say because after what their fan base did to my Buffaloes last year when they threw bottles at us, Texas Tech.
No.
Gonna win the whole thing. I think Texas, if you think about it.
I could tell by the look on your face when I was talking about Indiana that you were thinking about Texas.
Yep. I like Indiana. I like Kirk Cignetti. I think Cignetti is phenomenal. That man was upset that he won by 3 in the Big Ten Championship. If that's not Nick Saban demeanor, I don't know what is. But Joey McGuire got him some money. They got that boy some money at Texas Tech.
I'd like to say that the only team that beat Texas Tech was Arizona State.
That's fair.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, alumni. Thank you. So proud. I don't disagree. I truly think anyone except Georgia. I don't know why.
Honestly, yeah.
Georgia doesn't even cross my mind.
Anybody that isn't in the SEC. Except for Ole Miss. I'll be okay with that. But anybody in the SEC, I hope you lose.
Ole Miss is different. Ole Miss, I feel like right now is like everyone's little baby that we're all like our little baby bird that we're just like, I want to just hold them to the trophy.
Right. And I think A&M beats Miami, but I don't think they beat Ohio State. A&M, bye-bye. Oklahoma, I hate you. I hate Oklahoma. I hate Oklahoma. I will stand on that. I will die on that hill. I hate Oklahoma.
No one questioned it.
Bama, same boat. I'm sorry. I hate you, Kalen DeBoer.
We have to get back to Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah. Kalen DeBoer and I do not get along.
Well, we're going back to him in a second because he might not be at Bama for very long.
Kirby Smart, respect.
How do you know these coaches' names baffle me?
Yeah, I have no life. Kirby Smart, respect. I hope you lose. And then there's one more that I want to say because this man, I hate him. I don't hate a lot of people. Dan Lanning, go away. I hope you lose. I hate Dan Lanning.
Oh, I kind of.
Dan Lanning and Lincoln Riley. Dan Lanning and Lincoln Riley. Bye-bye.
Really?
If I had to choose.
Dan Lanning's a man of the people.
If I had to choose one of them to push off a cliff, I'd somehow make them both fall.
You're getting a restraining order. Did you see him go shirtless at college? Game day? I was like, you are a man of the people. And I think it's really just because of my social media aspect. Anyone that gets to work with the Duck on a daily basis, I'm envious of because I think the Duck is the best thing to happen to social media since the Pop-Tart Bowl, the Duck.
I rock with the Duck. I hate the Duck. I rock with the Duck, but I hate the Duck.
You hate the Duck's owner, but you rock with the Duck. Dan Lanning owns the Duck. He is the Duck's master.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Phil Knight really runs the Duck, if we're being honest. But
Phil Knight runs everything
um,
on that freaking campus. Okay, they have the best merchandise I've ever seen.
literally,
Going from 2 Adidas schools, I'm like Phil Knight. Okay.
yeah. And I mean, and the Duck, you know, he did his whole thing about the whole time's up with Prime, so I'm a little envious of the Duck, and Colorado's beat Oregon one time, so it's a little hard feelings there. But you know, we'll go back to that at another time. Let's continue on the coaching carousel. Breaking news today: Shamar Moore fired from Michigan for conduct reasons.
I mean,
Michigan, I don't know what you're gonna do.
okay, but now who knows what's true or false right now? We are only reporting the rumors because Twitter X is a wonderful, wonderful place. People that say they don't like Twitter aren't using it correctly because I just logged into it just so I could have it up. And the first thing is update. Ex-Michigan head coach was detained and arrested after breaking into the home of the staffer he had an affair with. He threatened to kill the staffer and himself, and now he's currently in protective custody. Huh?
Yeah. Bye-bye,
Did
Shamar.
you not just win a natty a couple of, like, what?
Bye-bye, Shamar. Bye-bye. See you
Now,
later.
rumor number 2 is that they're finalizing a deal with Kalen DeBoer.
Yep, I just got that one too. So that's this is where things get interesting because Kalen DeBoer is a name I've seen. Here's another name I've seen, and I've been very paying attention because I thought
he
this.
was detained. Yahoo Sports. He was detained.
Yeah, I got that when I was working in the radio station just now. Here's 2 names that have popped up for the Michigan job. That obviously Kalen DeBoer and Brian Kelly, former LSU head coach.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hate that. I think Brian would do really well at Michigan because Michigan's a patient fan base. However, there's another name that shook me a little bit that I seen. And I only know because I've been following him closely because I thought this guy was going to be the next offensive coordinator at Colorado. Chip Kelly, who was recently just fired from the Raiders.
Yeah.
Former Oregon head coach, former Ohio State OC.
I think when you can't make it at the pros, I do think they tend to go back.
Yeah, and I don't hate that. I think Chip would be a great fit in Michigan. I'm not necessarily a big Michigan person. When the game is played, I cheer for Ohio State. But I don't hate Brian Kelly and I don't hate Chip Kelly if Kalen DeBoer, oh my God, if Kalen DeBoer leaves Bama for Michigan, Tuscaloosa is going to burn to the ground. I
will be concerned for Bama if he leaves because they will lose their ever-loving minds. There is no point in them playing in a game in the playoffs anymore. Take them out, put Notre Dame in because they will be done.
Right. And
like I would feel bad if Michigan was in right now.
Right.
Like I don't know what they like. Could you imagine? This isn't just your coach being fired. This is your coach
being arrested.
He went over to his mistress's house right after he was fired and allegedly threatened to kill her and himself. What?
And Marcus Freeman's another name that's being floated around by CBS Sports, but Marcus Freeman's not going to leave Notre Dame after what just happened. No chance.
I would watch every Notre Dame game just to look at that man. So I mean, they need to put him on a team that has no fan base, and your fan base would grow exponentially.
Oh yeah, quick.
That man, he's got like 6 kids. Wonder why.
I wonder why.
Don't gotta be worried about that man. He loves his wife. He's a Catholic man. Loves his wife.
He gonna be all right.
He ain't over here getting his assistant. Come on. Be more of a cliche. You're an assistant. Plus, my issue. Now, this is not her fault. He is the person of power. He took advantage. End of story. As a woman in sports, I've worked really hard to get here. And I continue to gravel every single day, break my really good nails to keep climbing the ladder. What are we doing?
Yeah.
No. No, we don't do that.
Nope.
And
Absolutely not.
I do hate seeing he's the head coach at a major university. He is a very well-known person. I think it's honestly like, yes, we laugh and we like hee about it, but like it
Yeah.
is sad to see someone's like his whole life now is essentially over. Not over, it's so dramatic because football is not the end of the world, regardless of what so many people think. But his relationship with his wife, his family,
Yep.
this university, and now everyone's perception of him is something you really just can't
Right.
go
Some
back from, and that's so hard.
some other notable hires, obviously James Franklin at Virginia Tech. I love that hire. Matt Campbell takes over at Penn State. Billy Napier taking over at James Madison, a playoff team.
I'm not upset about that.
I'm not either. However, let's, obviously Pete Golding at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, LSU, John Summerall from Tulane at Florida. When you look at all these filled jobs that have been filled, and this one, I'm going to be very pained to say it, but I'm not ashamed to say it either. Who won the coaching job? Take away LSU and Ole Miss, because we both agree those were pretty good hires by both squads.
Mm-hmm.
Who won the coaching hiring job?
Between
any of the programs that have been Washington State, Jimmy Rogers is out.
Not a Washington State.
Well, they lost their head coach. That job's open. Southern Miss is open. Obviously, Michigan is now open. And Coastal
I don't know
Carolina.
where it's not open, truly. Like,
right.
It has felt like we have hired and fired. And really, it's just like we're Eskimo sistering. All like, you were there and now you're here and now, but you were here and now you're going to go there. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know really that anyone like has jumped out at me yet of like, holy crap. What I will be interested to see is, this is obviously a lower level, but Sacramento State's head coach just left after one season.
Yep, to Colorado is the offensive coordinator.
Colorado, and I think that's interesting just because I do too. I think it's a great move for him. I think it's disappointing. Like, that's my local school. Yeah, right. I think it's disappointing just because he did turn that program.
Right.
He did great things.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't have a great season, but he wasn't being fired. No. So I think that'll be interesting to see the direction they go. I don't know. I don't really know if I have a decision yet of who's won. I think I'm still interested to see like what else kind of happens.
I like it. Obviously, I love that hire. Him coming from Sac State to Colorado, the go-go offense that he has, that's phenomenal. I mean, that's, with the young quarterback that Colorado's going to have and Juju, like, I love that. However, this is going to hurt so much to say. Oh, I'm black and gold till I die. However, the team in Fort Collins, Colorado State, hiring Jim Mora Jr.
Yeah.
They won the hiring. That was
a good one.
When I found out Jim Mora was being hired, obviously it was during the whole Lane Kiffin thing. I watched that press conference. CSU is going to be a good program. Jim Mora is going to have that team going in the right direction. He's familiar with the Pac-12. Obviously, it's not the old Pac-12, but he's familiar with it. I like Jim Mora. I'm sad that, when the Buffs play him, I'm going to have to cheer against him. But I think Colorado State, outside of all the big programs, won the hiring poll. I also like Oklahoma State's hire, Eric Morris from North Texas. I love that hire. I love Mike Gundy. I love the mullet. Obviously, Jim Mora's dad was playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. I'm trying to win a game. I love Jim Mora Jr., though. What he did at UCLA, and then obviously what he did at Connecticut was amazing.
Yeah.
Taking a basketball school, turning them into a
I think, too, program. On the same lower level, but Cal Poly hired Skip from UCLA.
Yeah.
I think that's a great hire. I think they're really looking to turn that shit show around, and it's definitely progressed over the years. But I think that was a good hire.
Yeah,
because he could have been locked in at UCLA.
Right.
And leaving was also a smart move for him. which I am into.
You know, Wazoo and Southern Miss are two jobs that I think are great jobs to take. I love Pullman. I was a big fan of Mike Leach.
Uh-huh.
You know, a name that jumps out there that they've been looking at is Little Neuheisel.
Oh,
What's his first name? Rick Neuheisel's son, who was the offensive coordinator at UCLA. That
the blonde,
yeah, Rick
the
Neuheisel coached at Colorado. He coached at
yeah.
UCLA. He coached at Washington. Rick Neuheisel is a great coach. Still hard feelings towards him too. However,
Who don't you have hard feelings for?
oh, okay, that's also true. But however, lower level. Let's go. You want to go FCS? I'll hit you with a D2 hire that was insane. You ready for this?
I didn't know there was D2 hires that were insane.
There was Art Briles, former Baylor head coach,
Oh,
who was
I
fired
did see
for
that.
conduct. Took the job right down the road from New Mexico Highlands in Portales at Eastern New Mexico. When it comes to college football, and you need coaches' names and hirings, I'm your man.
It's insane to me.
It's unreal. Unreal.
What's in that brain of yours?
There's a lot.
Scary.
And it's working now because we are past crossover season, so it works.
Yeah, it works now. Let's talk about how it was working in the middle of There was a time when it was like, you can't. He can't get a hold of me because I'm sick of him. I can't get a hold of him because he's like, oh, I'm working 17 games in one day. And it's like, I get it. Work the grind.
Oh, so there was a stretch of 3 weeks. So actually, Lindsay, explain to the people what crossover season is.
Crossover season is what we like to call hell on earth.
Yep.
Crossover season is right about now. It's end of October, November. It's when middle of football season, soccer season, volleyball season.
Yep.
But it's also when non-conference basketball, men's and women's starts.
Yep.
And for some other schools also, it's when sometimes like inter squad, like baseball, softball will start. For us, it was like soccer stuff would start. It is when every single sport, I swear, is going on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have a choice but to cover them all.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hope and pray that football is on the road when volleyball is at home. But that's not really always the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then you suffer.
Yep.
And you don't hear from Jace for 3 weeks and you think he might be dead. But then all of a sudden one day he texts you and he said, hey, you alive? And you're like, okay, good. I was just giving you your space, but like just checking. Just want to make sure.
Here's the stretch we went on, and I'll just read off the stretch.
This makes me not miss working in college athletics, even though I have decided I miss it very much.
So November 1st, we had football was in Colorado, volleyball was in Nebraska. Okay, not bad, big deal. We had senior day for soccer on that Sunday. That Monday, our men's basketball team was playing in an exhibition game in North Texas. That Tuesday, women's volleyball was at home. That Wednesday, women's soccer was on the road. Thursday, I do other stuff. Friday, we have men's basketball. Yeah, we had men's basketball in Montana, and wrestling was at home for a home duel. We had to move that because we had a water break on campus. We had to move it to a local high school. That Saturday, why? That Saturday, men's basketball was on the road. We had NCAA South Regional action in Pueblo for cross country, men's and women's. We had football at home. We had women's volleyball at home. Both of those were senior day games. Then you turn around on that Sunday and we host a wrestling duel in a bar, which was super lit. Absolutely amazing.
How come I saw no content from that?
I was trying to breathe, okay? I was trying to live.
Look, I see a lot of Vlogmas going on. And
we got a lot of Vlogmas.
Which we will discuss because it actually kills me that you're doing Vlogmas. I
will get.
I saw no content from the bar fight.
I did post on Instagram a story of it though.
Okay, well that's gone after 24 hours. There's no proof of this anymore.
We will find said video after.
I love the crossover season. You love it when you're in like February.
Yeah.
And you're like, that was a great time because I worked so hard. And you're so appreciative of yourself. You're like, I did that shit. Like, oh, yeah, we're good. In the moment, though, I can't imagine.
I
And
thought about jumping off a roof.
sure, jump, run, at least run so it hurts
At
something.
least
But like,
run.
yes. But like I've been there, right? I worked for my college comms department. I've been in
Right.
crossover season. I've also worked for one team and gone through a tournament, and so you know how busy it can be. And then I'm in this situation now where we're like 6 months out from the season and like just kind of hanging out. Like
Right.
I go into work at 9 and I leave by 1:30 and I'm like, like in Phoenix, like I'm like, I have a life and I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, it's here's that. Theirs was in the bar.
Oh, I saw this video. I was
Yeah.
expecting like people like clanking beer or something. I don't know what I was expecting.
Well, yeah,
I
we
video.
did quite a bit of that too. Yeah, so there was
It's New Mexico.
there was
It's
that.
Las
What
Vegas,
is
New Mexico
this?
for you.
What
Okay, good. I thought it was me.
No, I don't know what's
But crossover
Yeah.
season is now done.
Yes, we are done with crossover season. I am alive. I am. Well, I think
Now
I'm
we're what?
alive.
All
I think I'm
basketball?
alive. Yeah, now we're all basketball. But that also, like following that week, we hosted a tournament, like a round robin tournament. 2 RMAC teams, which is the Conference Highlands is
You guys
in, and
are
then
you guys
2.
D2?
Yeah, we are D2. We are a
Okay.
D2.
Okay.
And then we hosted a tournament with the Lone Star Conference, which is another D2 conference. Schools like West Texas A&M, Angelo State, who won a national championship a couple years back, they're in that conference. So we hosted some teams for that. That was crazy. I got to do a couple games broadcasting for that, so that was awesome. Got to be on the air for a little bit. And then it all just kind of fizzled out of nowhere. Like we host that, we have football finishes up. Then we hosted wrestling at the, I went to a conference or a job fair in Denver, got to go to a Nuggets game. That was super fun. The last time I was at a Nuggets game.
Never been, but sure. Tell me about it.
These were the players that were on the roster. You ready for this? Carmelo Anthony.
Oh,
Hall of Famer.
What are you?
Allen Iverson.
Okay.
Was on the team. And Chauncey Billups, which obviously we're not going to talk about that. But, yeah. Chauncey, Mr. Colorado, Mr. Big Shot. He's buff. Understand what he did was not right. I do not condone that. But that was the last time I went to a Nuggets game was those 3 guys were on the roster.
How did the job fair go, though? Let's get
It went good. It went good. I spoke with a few companies. The main problem I have right now is don't have a degree in my name. So
I got 2. You want one of mine?
At this point, you know how many rejection emails I've got that have been like, we can't hire you because you don't have a degree, and I'm like, Brett, it's on the way. I promise.
When are you done? May.
I graduate May. This is fun. I got paperwork that says I will graduate as long as I don't fail next semester.
Okay, good. So you can start sending that out to people.
Yep.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, as someone that's in her first post-graduate job, I had someone say to me that, you always are sending resumes.
Oh, yeah.
Not even for jobs, but I send them to people I used to work with. And I'm like, hey, will you just look at my resume, make sure I'm.
Yep.
They didn't look that I got my master's degree. So they said, what's this 2-year gap? Which only internships. And I said, oh, please look at my resume where it says I got my master's degree. I was like, please, I worked really hard for that. I'm in a lot of debt for that. So like, it's funny that they look and they don't see it.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. And then like, they don't see it, but they
look
at it and still don't see it. So does it matter if it's there?
Right. They don't read the fine print, and they expect us to be able to read the fine print on contracts they send us. Okay, make that make sense.
I mean, the whole thing's
yeah.
If there's one thing that I will say in my what was the last time we recorded an episode? It's all a scam.
Honestly.
It's all a business.
Honestly.
And I'm someone that everything I do, I was just having this conversation with someone. Everything I do has a little piece of me in it. I take my job so seriously and I love it, right? Like this is like my parents were like, you could do social media for, my mom was saying Quick Quack car wash. Okay. I don't know if you guys have Quick Quack out in New Mexico.
Yeah, we do. We have it in Colorado.
Love myself a Quick Quack.
Okay? It's nice. Very nice duck.
Love it. Love the
lot
duck.
Nicer than the Oregon duck.
Big fan of ducks. Barely. I had a membership for a very long time. Tucson doesn't have any. Enough said.
Very sad.
And I said, Mom, why would I do social media for quick car wash? And she goes, well, it's all the same, isn't it? It's just social.
No. No.
No.
Mama, I love you, but no.
Mom, I have not dealt with coaches for going on 6 years to go work for the Duck. Unless it's the Oregon Duck. I would go work for the Oregon Duck.
Yeah, I would too. I don't even like the Duck, and I would.
If someone's giving me a paycheck, I will go. But like the thing is like, it's not all the same.
No.
It's not all under the same umbrella. It's like everything we do is for a specific reason. You're not just a journalist, you're a sports journalist. You're not just a broadcaster, you're a sports like, and for people to like understand that, I didn't realize so hard. Or like when people are like, oh, like I work for a soccer team, so they assume all I want to do with my life is soccer.
Nope.
I'm 24 years old. I don't want to work for soccer for the rest of my life.
Nope.
Who does? It's soccer. Dear Lord, put me back with the normies, okay? Put me back. Basketball, football, volleyball. Put me back.
Yeah, and it's a weird time when you're kind of on that cusp of graduation. Like the amount of things I'm doing right now. This is currently my life. Vlogmas, which is gonna kill me. I don't know why I agreed to do this.
It's so good.
Buddy of mine hit me up and was like, "Hey, man."
Is it like a bet? Like.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm challenging you to Vlogmas. I'm like, bro, what?
But when people challenge you to do things, if they jumped off a cliff, would you?
Yes.
Okay, then that's a you problem.
No, it was a challenge. It was a challenge for me. I like to challenge myself with things that I do, so
yes.
It's still going to be the death of me. Then I'm obviously doing my thing at Highlands, sports information, all that. Obviously, I love doing the podcast with you.
Solo maintenance. How could you not?
I also am a part-time radio intern. I don't know. I'm not really an intern, but I'm an intern, but I'm not. If that makes sense.
But when I got that text of like, I might have to host a radio, I was like, this is a new thing he's picked up in the last month.
Yeah, I do country DJ radio here in Las Vegas.
Fun.
Because I'm a country boy at heart, and I love me some country music.
Me too.
And then here's another thing I picked up in a month. I am public address for Robertson High School, local high school here in town. They called me up. They said, hey, man, we need a PA guy. We love you at Highlands. The athletic director's daughter plays volleyball here at Highlands, so he's heard me before. And then the guy that is the operations guy for Robertson works for me at Highlands. He's helped me out with football. He's helped me out with basketball. So he was like, hey, man.
Is like oddly connected.
Right. He's like, hey, man, we could use you. Do you want it? I said, heck yeah. No questions asked. It's a resume builder. And this spring, I'm coaching. I'm going to be a volunteer assistant coach at Robertson High School. It was so weird because I was sitting, working my piano, chilling, hanging, talking to the guy that I'm working with because at the table you got to talk because otherwise you're just going to die. And he was like, yeah, I'm the assistant varsity basketball coach here as well. And I'm the JV coach. He goes, I'm also the head baseball coach. I was like, oh, that's cool. He goes, yeah, how'd you end up here at Highlands? Well, obviously, as those know, I came here originally to play baseball. I go, well, originally I came here to play baseball. And he goes, you want to coach? I didn't even finish the sentence.
He goes, I'm looking for a free helper.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that. I'm okay with being a free helper. Coaching something I've always thought about doing. So I'm all for giving it a shot. Mm-hmm. Coach Jace is not the same person. If you don't hit your cutoff, man, I will yell at you. Hit your cutoff, man. It's not that hard.
No thanks.
But yeah, so that's my life right now. But yeah,
my life.
You had a question.
Your life is. I don't remember what my question was.
You don't remember the question? That's fine.
Anymore. Oh, are you paid to be the PA?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I want to know. We have to make money somehow.
Got to make money.
Your life compared to my life.
What you got going on?
Well, I mean, I have a full-time job.
Right.
Full-time job.
Right.
Got that going for me.
Got you.
I work part-time with the Southwest PGA.
Oh.
I've done it for years. It's nothing crazy.
Okay. I didn't know that, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I do social content.
And maybe you said that, and I just did,
No, it's on my resume. Obviously, you haven't checked out my website with my resume, but it's okay.
Probably should. Have you checked out mine?
Yes.
Oh.
What? No, come on. What else have I been doing recently? Rewatching Criminal Minds, of course.
Okay, yeah, that's a must.
Oh, and I've been doing golf lessons. So
I
get golf lessons. Yeah, so our head coach has a 4-year-old son, and he wants him to learn how to play golf. And he said, "Lindsay, will you coach him?" And I said, "Sure."
There you go.
And I go to their house and I teach the little 4-year-old to play golf once a week. And but the thing is like, the thing I don't envy is like, you have obviously crossover season's insanely busy. And then I go into my season and I'll start doing stuff. Preseason starts in February. We'll have like MLS and USL1 teams come and train here. And then we're a World Cup host site. So
that's fun.
We'll more than likely have a training site. So we'll more than likely have a team basically like move into our facility for a couple of weeks, train. And then I go into my season. Our season starts in May, but I go into full lockdown like mid-March. I don't leave the state, like the city of Tucson, until probably end of August, mid-August, because we have 2 games a week per team.
Oh, wow.
But it's a full setup. It's a full crew. It's interns. It's outside media. And so I kind of thought I'd be bored during the off season, and I kind of freaking love it. I mean, I'm bored to a certain degree, but I'm also like, you find other things. Like I've done some subcontracting, freelancing stuff. Like people have reached out about, now that I do graphic design, like, my brother's 16, he has friends that are seniors, and he's like, "Hey, they need commitment graphics." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's $50."
Yeah. Got it. That literally, yeah.
Or like little things like that. And I'm like, there you go. And it's like little things that just like keep you busy and keep you fun. And it's like, but it has made me so realize like, God, like I miss college athletics. Like ASU women's volleyball is in Kentucky for the Sweet 16. And the last time they were in the Sweet 16, I was working for them. And their SID was like posting on Instagram. And I was like, I miss it. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I miss it so much. Like the constant busyness, like, and I know like me saying that when I've been laying in my bed, like watching TV since 1:30. When I texted Jason, was like, "Do you want to push this to tomorrow? Like you're kind of busy." But if we kept pushing it off, we'd never do it. Like, oh God, I just love it. I love the busyness. And that's why I'm like, I feel like I'm vicariously living through you. I have a couple of friends that are working in college athletics. I have a boyfriend that's a college coach. I'm just like it's recruiting season right now. And he's like, "I'm watching film." And I'm like, I miss watching film.
Yeah.
I miss working with people that were my age. And
yeah. I mean, even if I don't broadcast a game, I watch film consistently.
No, I mean, and like I find myself I watch sports more now than I did when I was in college.
Oh, yeah. Like when I go to do a write-up, because I write for women's basketball. I write the pre-games and the post-games and stuff like that for women's basketball here at Highlands. Anytime I have to do a pre-game write-up and I have to scout the opposition, 9 times out of 10, I go on their website. I go, okay, this is what we're looking at. But I want a little more information, right? I want a little more. So I go watch film. Are they a team that likes to drive in, kick out? Are they a team that can shoot the roof off the building? Or they got 2 centers, power forward center players, bigs that, they feed it into and they just live off of them. Like, it's really fun to see. And getting to do high school, I can't just look up a team and watch the high school film. So I get there and I'm like, yo.
Well, and you don't know, and you don't high school. Fun. It is kind of fun though, like at the position you're at, to be able to go back to the high school. Like I've had that opportunity. Like I'm from a very small town.
Right.
I have a brother that's 8 years younger than me. So he's a sophomore in high school right now. And he is 16 and he's 6'2" and he plays baseball and he is very good and he just made this like huge national team and
Heck
like
yeah.
it's his straight shot to college ball, right?
Right.
It's straight shot to MLB, right? Like this is like what we want. He also, not to brag, wants to be like a sister and go into media if this whole thing doesn't work out. He'll talk about me to his teachers who have changed. Obviously, I haven't been in high school in a very long time. And they'll reach out to me and be like, hey, we heard you're home. Your brother told us you're home at 11 a.m. on the 19th. Can you come in and talk to my 1 p.m. class? And I'm like, of course, because it's like and I feel like going back to the high schools and doing announcing and like, you feel like you're giving back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Degree. And it is like, I did a 2-day kind of like master class with the advanced media class at my old high school last year. And you're just like, I wish someone had done this for me.
Right.
Like, had showed me what was possible because in high school, I didn't know one person that did what I wanted to do.
Right.
There was one other kid and he was like 4 years older than me, but he went to like a local school and like worked at the newspaper. And I was like, I don't want to work at the newspaper. I want to be on TV. I want to work, with a team. And so I think it's cool, like you getting to do announcing and you don't know which kid's sitting next to you doing scorekeeping. And, you talk to him about what you do, or when you're working with the baseball team, like which kid is thinking about his future outside of ball. And it's just like, it's one of my favorite things. And like my brother has a friend that has started doing graphic design. And
yeah,
I followed him on Instagram and was like looking at some stuff. And my brother was like, what do you think? He wants to know what you think. And I was like, does he want my opinion or does he want my critique? Because my opinion is, oh my God, you're 16. Like, this is so great. Or do you want my critique as a professional graphic designer?
Right.
And he's like, when you come home, can you meet with him? And I was like, of course.
Yeah.
He's like, let me show you the things that took me until I was 24. Like, it is so like, it's just the best feeling, I think, being able to show people.
My mom's an elementary school teacher, and some of my old elementary school teachers, one of them's a first grade teacher. Obviously, a lot of first graders don't understand, but she'll have me come talk to her class, and they don't understand what I do, but they're like, well, what did you learn in elementary school that you still use to this day? Being a writing. I always loved to write as a kid. That's why I think, thank God I was blessed with the ability to write. Oh,
well,
because man, oh my Lord. But my mom has a coworker who her son is one of those kids that, hey, sports is his life. He loves watching sports. He loves talking about sports. He loves doing this. He can remember, and I was one of those kids that, hey, give me a player. I could probably tell you his college stats and his pro stats. That's who I was as a kid.
That's who you are, yeah.
I still can do that. People be like, hey, so-and-so went to what coach school? And I'll be like, well, I think it's this, but double check it,
How my brother is too.
Right? Hey, you were right. How'd you, how? I'm like, don't ask. Don't ask. Just, I know. And his mom talked to my mom. She's like, I know your son does a lot of this microphone business, as we call it.
Yeah.
Can you talk to my son? My mom's like, would you be willing? I said, absolutely. Schedules just didn't line up this past summer for us to speak, but hopefully when I come home, I'll be able to speak with him. But, when you can get back, and so many athletes out there think that it's pro or bust. And then if it's that, then I'll go coach. Prime example, I thought I was going to coach. I really did. I thought, all right, once I get out of ball, I'm going to coach. Luckily, I fell into this job. Is coaching still in my mind? Yeah. Is that why I'm probably coaching this spring, to see if that's what I want to do? Yeah. Am I going to give up this microphone business? Not a chance in hell.
How many coaches go after, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I think too, like, what's so important is like, I think for me, it's probably just because I'm not the person. I've never been able to tell you where X, Y, and Z went to school and his stat line. And like, that's always the question you get asked, right? Especially as a
Right.
girl. Like, it just is. Like, and I don't take offense to it anymore because I'll look at them and be like, I don't know. And then they like question my ability. But then I have conversations like, I can remember so vividly when my brother started taking me seriously, like 4 years ago, when we were having a conversation about whatever. And I was like, oh, but did you see this X, Y, and Z? Or like the stuff with Lane Kiffin and like
Right.
Michigan. And it's like, they'll be like, how do you know this? And I'm like, my job is to know. My
Right.
job is to be online. My job is to be informed. I'm good at my job. What do you
Right.
mean? I'm chronically online. I am always, when I wake up at 3 in the morning,
Yep.
I'm not like, I'm on Twitter. Like, what do
Hmm.
you mean? I'm like, I got to see the drama. Like, let me see the drama.
Right.
Like, and so I think it's so interesting, like that. And my favorite part is like showing people, like, yes, I played golf and like, but I didn't have that direct pathway that a lot of you guys have where you play in college and then it's like coaching or like, and then it could be broadcast. Like, right, that's the pretty standard
Right.
athlete to coach to broadcast, right? And so when you're like 60, my goal has always been to show people that love sports that you don't need to be an athlete to be involved, whether that's athletic training, what we do, SID. I mean, like being a director of ops. Like someone
Yep.
just said to me the other day, would you ever consider being a director of ops? And I said,
No.
no, I don't like confrontation. They have to book hotels. They got to book meals. They got to book.
Yep.
Nope, nope, nope,
No.
nope. One of my
We
dear friends is a director of ops. I'd rather jump off a cliff.
absolutely.
But showing people that all these things are possible, like it's not just, you don't have to be an athlete. And also, like you said,
Right.
showing athletes that don't have to coach. If you love what you do and it doesn't end up, I've always told my brother, like, if you go play through college and you decide, I mean, his goal, he's 16, is to go to the MLB, but like when people ask, what do you want to do? He says, I want to play pro ball. But if that doesn't work out, I want to be a broadcaster. Because
That's
he's like, I
yeah.
can't imagine my life without baseball.
Yep.
How do I incorporate it? And I said, that's why I got into it. How I can't imagine, like, what do people do when they, like, what do you mean people don't want to work in sports? You want to go sit in an office all day? I sit in an office all day.
Do too.
I talk about sports all day. My
All
whole
day.
job is sports.
It's so funny you mentioned two things you mentioned. One, I won't get into it but I just had a English final. We had to write an essay, 6 to 8 page essay about something of our choice. I wrote my essay on sports broadcasting and how you're seeing these big name former athletes getting jobs over people who have the degree, have the resume, have the work, and then how people are getting passed up. And this goes for, and I'm could get a lot of hate for this comment, but I'm gonna make the comment anyways. It doesn't matter your race or gender or your age. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people get passed up because of that too. And it goes for all genders, all races, all age groups. You're going to get passed up. It's just the way the world works. Wrote my essay on that. The second thing that made me laugh, it's not a secret, folks. I'm a single man. I am on dating apps. Matched with a girl, was talking up a storm, thought it was going well. She tries to call me. I can't answer. Lane Kiffin hasn't decided if he's even Ole Miss yet. I'm on Twitter. I'm making phone calls here, making phone calls there, making phone calls here, making phone calls there. Hey, what do you know? What do you know? What can you tell me? She's like, you're in New Mexico. Why does something in Mississippi or Louisiana affect you?
I'm
Wait, what?
I'm telling you the best thing you can do is you have to find someone that understands.
Yeah.
Because also I do think I shut it off at a certain extent. It also helps that like I work in soccer, so not like my boyfriend does not give a crap about the team drama at FC Tucson, okay?
Right.
But we have a like, yeah, I can't listen to football all the time.
Right.
I get it because I work in sports.
Right.
So when the team loses and he's in a mood, I get it. You
You
gotta
shut the door.
I'm like, you don't want to talk? Great. I'm going to go watch my show. Text me later. We're also in long distance, so it works better. But you have to find someone that doesn't question why you're concerning yourself with Lane Kiffin.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
my mom will be like, why are you guys talking about when Kike Hernandez is or isn't going to sign? Like, let the man live his life. No. His life is my business.
Mm-hmm.
His life is my business. I'm so sorry. It's my business.
Literally.
And like, people just don't. I mean, I have like two sisters that like one sister's going to be a teacher and the other one wants to work in like publishing, and like then there's me and I'm just like and they're like, what? And I'm like, I can't explain it to you.
Right.
Like, thankfully my mom has gotten better. My sisters, God bless them. But like, seriously, like, I mean, the hardest part about you are the busiest person I know. Dear Lord, I pray we find you a girlfriend in the new year.
God.
Because I think it's gonna change
you,
everything.
my roommate's girlfriend, my best friend.
I really think because we used to be we still are very similar.
Yeah.
But like, we're both workaholics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no getting past that. Like, we both are workaholics. Like, we're gonna get off this call and it's 7:40 and I'm gonna go finish working.
I'm gonna hop on Twitter and figure out what's going on in Michigan.
I'm like, my boyfriend's texting me about the Twitter thing, and I'm like, I'm recording the podcast. I can't text you. Right. Hold the drama, okay?
Hold up.
But I think like it's really forced me to be like, okay, there is a world outside of Lane Kiffin. Mm-hmm. Shocker, people, shocker. But also, like, it is nice to have someone that gets it.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big, you're a Criminal Minds fan. I don't know if you watch NCIS.
I have not.
Okay.
I've heard it's similar-ish.
It's more naval and there's a lot of seasons. So if you're going to start watching it like tomorrow. But one of the main characters, he's got a list of rules. Nobody knows how many there are. Some people memorize them. So what did Jace do when he actually had time off and was bored as shit? He wrote down his own list of rules.
No, okay. I thought you were going to tell me you memorized his list of rules, and I was like...
Oh, no, God, no. I made my own list. And my rule number 2, I have it in my notes, literally in my phone, in my notes, right here. They're all right there.
Rules for what? What is the rules for?
Life. Work. All of it. Just put all together.
Like rules you look for when you're dating someone. I was like, that is
too
long.
That's another note, but it's shorter.
We'll never find
it's another rule. It's another note, but it's shorter.
We also might have to date outside of Las Vegas since there's only like 7 people that live there.
That would also help. Rule 12 for me. Never date a coworker. However, the problem is that's probably going to be my best luck because they're going to understand the hustle and the bustle.
It's not. No. Because there's going to come a time when you're not working for a smaller university where everyone is either an athlete or a coworker. I never recommend dating your coworker.
No.
Ever.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. We don't do that.
We don't do that anymore.
It's my boyfriend's my favorite thing to talk about because I truly feel like I got so lucky. Like, he just like fell out of the sky and slid into my DMs, and it's never been a question.
Must be nice.
But
wait, that does work?
Ask him. Yeah. Crazy. Literally, I followed him and then he slid into my DMs. And we were FaceTiming the next day. And we're 3.5 hours apart. What? We made it 2 weeks without meeting, and then we were like, we can't do this anymore. We were just having a conversation about how we might have to go a whole 3 weeks without seeing each other, and I was like crying, and he was like, okay, let's not cry. Just because I'm obsessed with him. But it's not okay. Look, I'm in long distance. I think it's great. I think it's great because we work in sports, because like I'm busy, he's busy, he gets it, and there's no pressure to like see each other. Plus, I do think absence makes the heart grow fonder. Sue me, everyone. If you do it right, it's not that hard. And if it's for the right person, it's not that hard.
Y'all pay attention. Take notes.
I just think it's it's not even like, I always say sports because I just think it's so fun to like be with someone that like loves it and has that same passion as you do. Because when
Right.
you work in sports, it's not like you work in tech. Like people that work in sports are passionate and they love what they do. And we've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes about it. Like we love it.
Right.
It's just someone that understands like why you work late, why you get up early, why you can't answer the phone right away, why plans can change at the drop of a hat, why you don't get weekends off all the time, like why you have to like I drive up to Flagstaff sometimes on like I'll get off work on a Wednesday afternoon and I'll drive up 3.5 hours after I get off of work because that's the only time we have before it was like before I left for 2 weeks or 10 days or something. And that was the only time we had because then
Right.
I came back on a Saturday. They had an away game in a different state. But like that was the only time we had.
Right.
That's what I did. Or
Yeah.
we like I've been in Phoenix. He'll come down to Phoenix and then like but it's like because he understands.
Absolutely.
So it's just finding someone that understands and it's finding someone that like lets you talk about Lane Kiffin for hours and doesn't care.
Yeah,
I don't think you've ever watched anything other than football.
Right. It's so funny because like my dating app usually is set to like you have to understand. Like there is a question on my thing, and it's like I don't even know how it goes. Like I'll fall for you or something like that if you watch college football with me. Dead serious. That is what it says. The way to win me over is watch college football with me.
I'm not gonna lie, that is how he said I won him over because I work in sports.
Right. Like
so I know what he's talking about.
Right there. Right there. It's right there. And so I get a few every now and then. They're like, who are we watching? I'm like, well, where do you want me to start? Depends on the games of the week.
I will always like how many games? Who knew everyone that there were so many games on a week? There's a game on tonight, I guess. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? Watching football? Oh, recruits? No, the game that's on.
Army Navy. By the way, go Navy, beat Army. But yeah, no, it's like it's crazy. It's God, I need a girlfriend. So
it's not that you look, everyone, it's okay that Jace is single. It's okay. We're not like shitting on him. That was me 4 months ago. But
I'm fine.
It also just like also what I have realized, even my parents have said this, is it's forced me to like close my computer. And it's forced me to leave work earlier. And it's forced me to like not put every second into my job. Because I think what we do forget is like, I'm 24. And like, that's the thing about working in sports is you have to go so hard.
Right.
Until you get to a certain point that all of these people that we love and admire are at. And then you can kind of slow down. And I remember people telling me, like, if you want to be a broadcaster, if you want to work in sports, like, be prepared to not have a life. Be prepared to not, like fall in love and, like, not be with someone. And I was like, I am and always will be so determined to not let that be the truth.
Right. Beat the stereotype.
Because I just don't think it's true. Because I think you can have it all. Because
absolutely.
What it all looks like to everyone is different.
Right.
And I just think, especially for you, being able to walk away from the office would be a great thing. And like, it's just like,
probably.
I mean, look, find someone that's in like Las Cruces. I don't know how far that is.
That's about 6 hours.
Not that one. That's too far. What's the other college town?
Albuquerque.
Sure. That one. Okay.
2 hours.
I got 3.5.
It's manageable. Okay? It's manageable. That's for sure.
Let me tell you, I have left at 8 a.m. Whatever. Don't ask my reasoning for things. I'll leave at 8 a.m. My time, again, Mom, I'm really sorry for listening. My time will say 11:45. I told him I'm going to be there by 11:15. He's like, no, you're not. Who pulled in to the Sky Dome parking lot at 11:15? Come on. I was like, you're so dramatic. It's 2 hours. You're so dramatic. It's just you make time. I know it's forced me to make time for things that aren't sports.
I've left at 3:30, Mom. Actually, they tracked my speed the whole time. I got to Albuquerque, what's normally a 2-hour drive, in 70 minutes.
That's concerning.
We were driving really fast and it was dark.
That's a whole 50-minute difference. That's not a 15-minute difference, okay? But I just think
I watched the Fast and Furious movies.
Sure. I think you just need to find yourself a sport-loving, hard-working, understanding.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Okay. Understandings. Let me tell you, me, understanding. Now, am I really? Depends on the day you catch me. Will he always think I am?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be like, "You're so understanding" when I'm texting. He's like, "You're so understanding. Thank you so much." He calls me. What? Oh, we're not understanding. No,
We're not
I'm over the football. Give me my off season. I'm sorry, off season joke, by the way. Maybe if you're a player, it's great. That's another thing we can discuss next week. Coaches?
Off season? What?
I'm sorry. I'm in week 2. And why are you still in the office at 7 in the morning?
Yep.
Oh, I'm leaving early. No, I'm leaving early. Oh, yep, 5 o'clock. That's
Same time.
early. Me? Oh, I'm home by 1:30. I'm leaving early. Noon. Bye. Gotta go.
Good. See you.
Like,
Bye.
it's just, I'm telling you, this is going to be the year 2026. I can feel it. Like, you're always welcome in Tucson. You can come do some announcing for us. You'd love our announcer, Tom.
I'm there.
Great. Tom's
great. Ain't got to tell me twice. I'm there.
On an air mattress in my living room. Be a fun time. Not Tucson, though. Scary. I might meet a Phoenix gal. You might meet a Tucson gal. They're weird.
Hey,
Tucson's not that far from
Phoenix. I mean, hey,
Vegas.
I gotta figure out where I'm gonna be, which we'll talk about next week. How hard that is.
I don't know how this got into, like, finding you a girlfriend.
I'm here for it.
So sorry.
I'm here for it.
Next week we'll be reviewing Jace's Hinge profile for everyone, where everyone will get a vote. Our 7 viewers plus our moms will get a vote on.
My mom don't get a vote. My mom don't get a vote.
My mom will be voting. So trust me, my boyfriend's got his own issues. So do I. But we make it work. You make it work.
We do.
It's fun. It's fun.
Let's
have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Hey, make sure you follow the socials. Obviously, the YouTube Off Air Podcast -- Jason Lindsay Off Air with a capital L, capital A, capital P, and a 0 podcast. And then, of course, follow our personal profiles on Instagram at Lindsay.Ridgway, at Jason & Co. Lindsay, what you got? Sign us off.
Thanks for tuning in. This was so fun. I'm so glad to be back with you, Jace.
Let's get after it.
And then we miss it. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in and have a good one.